Okay, I've just brought my car in for a coolant system flush at DW Campbell here in Roswell, and I thought, hey, while I'm here, why don't I ask my technician, Mike Harrod at DW Campbell, you know, why engine coolant flushing, all of that stuff? Why is it important, Mike? I mean, I haven't done it in forever. You told me I needed to bring it in. Tell me a little bit about it.
The cooling system's job is to recover heat generated from the engine and dissipate it through a heat exchanger, the radiator. The coolant in the radiator is designed to carry that heat from the engine to the heat exchanger. As it becomes older, it gets laden with heavy metal solids and can no longer lubricate the water pump seals. It can no longer carry surface tension. So
you were telling me even if it looks clear, it still may not be effective, right? It may have been broken down.
Right. We use test strips to check for heavy metals here at DW Campbell. And there's a number of other causes also with nice, clear, clean coolant that's aged. It can no longer, it can't contact the walls well because it's laden with these heavy metals. So it reduces surface tension, and that reduces the coolant's ability to cool, to transfer that heat from one source to the other.
So it's nice and clear, but it's not doing its job at cooling the engine.
Exactly.
And these heavy metals you were telling me about, and I wish I could see that radiator, but the heavy metals, nice clear coolant, but those heavy metals, and this is what really made me bring the car in. I'm thinking heavy metals, you know, down at the bottom of the radiator. Tell that story a little bit, because I thought that was very interesting.
It's just like water through a canyon. Water carves out the canyon and carries the rock and solids down the canyon into the river basin. A cooling system works much the same way. As the coolant travels through your engine and through your radiator and cooling system, it chisels away at the cast iron and aluminum and other different metals that are inside the system, and those little tiny particles of that metal don't have anywhere to go until you turn the engine off. The solids drop to the bottom in the radiator and solidify down in the bottom of the radiator, calling what we call concrete. And the concrete, if you have a radiator that's say 25 inches tall, the core is, I've seen them 25 or 30% choked off from this concrete. And basically what it does, it reduces cooling flow through the radiator and can cause overheating conditions, especially going down the highway.
So if I've got, and you've got a nice enough to put a water heater right there that you, or a water pump rather, what does not servicing your coolant system, not flushing, actually can cause?
This is damage to a water pump seal. You can clearly see here the ball bearings evident, which are supposed to have a seal. There's a seal on the inside and a seal on the outside. And bearing failure and seal failure is really common with cars that don't get flushed because they've had time to build up these heavy metals, and the heavy metals chisel away at the seals. Heavy metals chisel away at the seals and basically compromise the seal's integrity, and that allows coolant to travel into the bearing where grease would normally be and take the bearing out and make the water pump fail.
So I'm glad I brought my car in to get my coolant system flushed today, and so I should be good to go, and you're taking care of it.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Mike. Appreciate it.
Absolutely.